Welcome into Saints Game Day Live, presented by Sanderson Farms. I'm Erin Summers. Coming up in today's show, we'll check in with defensive end Tano Passigno in the player spotlight. Former Saints linebacker Scott Shanley joins me for the breakdown, and we'll check in with all of you in the Black and Gold roll call. This game starts at 12 o'clock right here in the Caesars Superdome. You can watch it on Fox or tune in on WWL. Let's get things started with the countdown to kickoff presented by Bullseye. This is game 2 of the rematch. First week, Saints got the best of the Falcons in a 16-point comeback. This time around, both teams, Saints, Falcons, coming off bye weeks. The Saints took the time to rest and reset. For the Falcons, they're opting to go with a new quarterback, starting rookie Desmond Ridder for the first time in the NFL. It's going to be a fun matchup to watch. Ridder definitely uses his legs just like former QB Marcus Mariota does. However, head coach Arthur Smith said he's hoping that putting Ridder into the offense is going to improve their passing game. The Falcons are 31st in the league through the air. On the ground, however, they're 4th best. It all starts up front for the Saints. They have to trust their corners in the pass game and devote more people up front to pressuring Desmond Ridder and stopping that run. Offensively, they definitely want to get more touches to running back Alvin Kamara. It's been a point of emphasis all week. Offensive coordinator Pete Carmichael said they need to get him more opportunities with the ball as he's the best offensive weapon for the Saints. Over the last 5 games, he's only averaged 13 touches per game. And for somebody who averages over 100 yards of scrimmage over his career per game, definitely want to get him more involved. The addition of center Eric McCoy should help. He's back for the first time in 5 weeks. The entire offensive line, the healthiest that it has been all season. McCoy is the quarterback of that line. He really helps with the communication, should help with establishing that run game. Coming up, we're going to check in to see who is in or out with this game in the inactives by Louisiana Cat. Out for the Saints today, running back Eno Benjamin, offensive lineman Lewis Kidd, cornerback Marshawn Lattimore, defensive end Peyton Turner, running back Dwayne Washington, and safety PJ Williams. We will not see Lattimore on the field as he's continuing to rest and recover from the internal injury. Tackling and how he's feeling in that regard is something that the Saints have been watching, so not see him today. And also of note, with 2 running backs inactive, that means that there are just 2 active running backs in this game. Alvin Kamara and David Johnson means we could see a little bit of extra Taysom Hill today. It's something to watch for in today's matchup. Former Saints linebacker Scott Shanley has been a part of many of these Falcons-Saints rivalry matchups. He helps me break this one down in the breakdown presented by Microsoft Teams. Welcome into the breakdown presented by Microsoft Teams. I'm Erin Summers, joined by former Saint Scott Shanley. Looking towards the opponent that we have coming up here in the Atlanta Falcons, it's a big rivalry. What do you remember about this matchup?
There were a lot of memorable games from Atlanta. The one thing I learned is when I got to New Orleans, I mean, the people in the cities, they really relish this game, and they love the Falcons Saints week. And I think as players, the longer we were there, and you see it now with guys like Cam Jordan and Mark Ingram, guys who were there when we played the Atlanta Falcons, it was a battle. I remember a ton of games that came down to the 4th quarter to overtime, and every single play mattered, and that's what makes this rivalry special.
Looks like the Falcons are going to make a switch at quarterback, going with their rookie Desmond Ridder. How is that going to change the Saints' approach the second time around?
Yeah, I think it changes a lot. I really do. I think Marcus Mariota, being a veteran quarterback, and his skill set presents a way different challenge than facing Ridder and a young quarterback. And what they're going to do offensively, it's going to be way more vanilla. They're going to try to protect him a little bit more. They're going to try to run the football, maybe more drop back play action passes. Whereas with Marcus Mariota, he has the ability to scramble. It's a lot more college style offense, RPO, running game. And so as a defensive player, you like 2 things about this. You don't have to defend the quarterback's legs, which is always tiresome as a defense player. And secondly, you get a young quarterback who hasn't had the experience that Mariota has. So you know the offense will be a little bit more basic. And now, like we said before, you can be more aggressive on defense and really bring the heat.
Any keys, things that you think the Saints need to do in order to get a victory on Sunday?
Yeah, I think the same thing that has been the key for this team all year long. And it's really come down to 3 things: taking care of the football, penalties, and 3rd down. I think if this offense can find a way to stay on the field, we've seen games where the Saints offense has played really well. You go back to the Raiders game, they played really well. When this team puts together a complete game, offense plays well, defense plays well, they can play with absolutely anybody in the NFL. It's just take care of the football and have a great third down percentage. Throw in your red zone percentage. If you can do those things, obviously everybody's trying to do it. If you can do those things, you're going to have success and probably get a W.
All right, before I let you go, any players that have stood out to you on the Saints team this season, people that you've been impressed with?
Oh, there's been a lot of guys. And I know it's been a season that a lot of Saints fans have been a little bit frustrated with, but there have been bright spots on this team. There have been so many players, and it's been one of the things we've talked about a lot this year is injuries. So many guys have been hurt. We haven't been able to see everybody out there every single week. We haven't even seen, in my opinion, this Saints team at full strength throughout the entire year just because of all the injuries. So I think Pete Werner, obviously playing linebacker, I'm excited to see him back late in the year, leading the team in tackles when he went down. I think he has a bright future. Caden Ellis has been outstanding at linebacker. Rashid Shaheed has been unbelievable. I mean, I found out Weber State has a really good football team because of him. I mean, it's kudos to Jeff Ireland, to Mickey Loomis, the office, the scouting department, finding players like this who can come in, make plays, and he's taken advantage of every single opportunity he's gotten. So there's been a lot of guys that when you look at this Saints team, I think have really bright futures that have found themselves, they've added to their resume. And that's really what the NFL is. You got to add to your resume every day. Been a lot of really good players this year that I think are going to play football a long time because they take advantage of their opportunities.
Yeah, we're looking forward to this last push here, the last 4 games of the regular season. Scott, thank you so much for joining us for the breakdown this week.
Yep, absolutely enjoyed it. Thank you.
Defensive end Tano Passignac sat down with me this week for our player spotlight. We talk about a couple things football and a couple things Christmas. Here's the player spotlight presented by Sanderson Farms. Welcome into our player spotlight presented by Sanderson Farms. I'm Erin Summers here with Saints defensive end Tano Passignac. Coming off a bye week, how'd you spend it?
With family. I had my mom and stepdad come over, visit me for a little early Christmas because she's going out to Africa, or they both are. So it was nice, just chill here.
Coming off the bye week, what's the mentality of the team, the feeling in the locker room this week?
I think we got a lot of guys back, rested up, and just eager to get after it. Just having a whole weekend without football, I think we're ready to get after it.
You yourself have gotten a lot more run this season with some injuries on the defensive front. How do you feel like your game has progressed?
I feel like just with more opportunities, I've gotten more chances to prove myself and just learn from, some of the mistakes you make in practice don't always translate onto the field, but when you make them on the field or make good plays on the field, you learn from that.
The last 3 games, you've gotten a hand on a quarterback a couple times. When you're in the moment, at what point do you know that there's a possibility for you to take down the QB?
It's really, you kind of feel yourself past the tackle, the guy that's blocking you, and there really is like a split, maybe 0.3 seconds where you just see the quarterback in front of you, and my eyes used to get big for sure. Now it's just a tap.
Yeah, anything different knowing that you took down Tom Brady?
No, that's a thing I've done a couple times.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully I get to do it some more.
We're looking forward to it in the next couple of weeks for sure. When you're on this defense, it was kind of tough to start the season, but things have been progressing. The last game against the Bucs, you had 2 takeaways on the defensive side. You as a D-end, what can you do in order to help force some of those turnovers?
Just at least getting to the quarterback, not tackling him per se, but pressures at least. Just makes the quarterback make quick decisions, and that helps the whole team. And the DBs help us out all the time, so it's like we work together. Yeah.
Tano, thank you so much for taking the time with us on this week's Player Spotlight.
Thank you.
Make sure you download the ASAP app to get all of your game day needs delivered right to your door. Use code SAINTS22 to score free delivery, tickets, autographed items, and more. ASAP is the official mobile ordering partner of the New Orleans Saints. It's time to check in now with all of the fans that made it out to the Superdome for this rivalry matchup between the Saints and the Falcons in the Black and Gold Roll Call presented by Bud Light.
Rachel, Mackenzie, and we're from Baton Rouge. Go Saints!
My name is Will Thomas, and I'm from Mississippi.
Go Saints!
Kyle Chapman here from the North Shore on the other side of the lake. Go Saints!
My name is Hayden. I'm from Slidell, Louisiana, and go Saints!
I'm Vaughn.
I'm Stephanie.
Go Saints! sir. From New Orleans, Louisiana. Go Saints, you heard?
Thanks for joining us for Saints Game Day Live. You can tune in right after the game for our post-game show on NewOrleansSaints.com. The Saints have won 7 of their last games here at home, coming off their bye week, looking for another one today. Enjoy the game, Saints fans. Thanks to everybody who helped me out with the show today. I'm Erin Summers. Go Saints!